everyone. I'm Stephanie Newton. I practice homeopathy from here in my home. I see clients from all over the world over video chat. And today I'm talking about a question that I get asked quite often. And I was recently asked this during my Intro to Homeopathy Q&A session, which at the time of this recording, I'm holding those live and free about every 6 weeks. So if you're interested in jumping into one of those sessions, it's live. Everybody meets on Zoom. You can find a link below to join one of those sessions. It's a chance to learn about homeopathy and what potential it has to help you, whether you use it at home alone or hire a homeopath. So last week I had one of those sessions and someone asked me if homeopathy can cure PANDAS PANS. So PANDAS is, it stands for Pediatric Autoimmune Neuropsychiatric Disorder associated with strep infections. And what they've later found out is that you can also have neurological and neuropsychiatric symptoms with other pathogens as well. And so now they've come up with the acronym PANS. So this is a condition that I see children who have this condition frequently in my practice. And so obviously it's a question, will it cure my kid? And the answer is not very simple because honestly, the answer is yes or no. And also, just to give you a little background history. Well, first I want to say this video really pertains to any chronic condition. We all know someone who has some sort of a chronic condition, whether it be autoimmune or something else. And if they're eating right, they're in remission. If they fall off the wagon and they start eating bad, their condition sort of flares up again. So, in some ways, food can have a lot to do with this as well. And just in general, how you're taking care of yourself. But I'm going to go a little deeper than that. So PANDAS PANS is a relatively few decades old diagnosis. So there's not a ton known about it, whether we're talking about mainstream medicine or alternative medicine anyway. And we haven't followed these people who have developed this in their childhood over a long enough period of time to see how they fare in adulthood. Now there are anecdotal cases that have been followed by various groups. But as a whole, we don't really know the lifespan trajectory of this illness. So there's really no answer to this, except for people who say, yeah, my kid had this condition and now they're cured. But how are they going to do over lifetime? We don't know. So this is a blog post that I posted a long time ago. Let's see, November 28th, 2016. So 4 years ago almost. And it was to answer this question, but I still get asked this a lot. So I thought I would put it in video form. And the question is, can it be cured? What did I discover? So I was looking for the answer to this as well at one time. In general, can homeopathy cure long-term conditions? And, my mentor said to me one time that, if somebody falls off the cliff, meaning they descend into chronic illness, they can fall off the cliff again. So homeopathy and other modalities can help them to go into remission. Some modalities have a higher success rate than others. I find that homeopathy has one of the highest success rates in terms of keeping a person in remission for a long period of time. But it does remain a susceptibility. Okay, so what we can hope for with homeopathy and other modalities is that we put the person into remission for a long period of time, and possibly that we change the level of susceptibility as well. So for example, whenever we have a stressor, whether it be like some sort of a toxin or an emotional situation, or we're going, we're not getting enough sleep, we're under a lot of stress, like we have a boss who's driving us crazy, or we have a relationship in our lives who's beating us down, just the stresses of life, those things can put a person back into a flare of their chronic condition. So for somebody who has a serious chronic condition, and a flare would be a catastrophic thing, they really have to focus on their health and maintaining their stress level. So this is not like somebody who just gets a few patches of psoriasis when the stress gets over the top. This is somebody whose lives can be completely debilitated when they allow their lives to become that stressful, or they go, they're not getting enough sleep, and yeah, they can fall off the cliff again. But what we can hope for is that in the future, using homeopathy and other healing modalities, when they fall off the cliff again, it turns into something else. Like you've all probably been in situations where you go, and then all of a sudden you have the flu, and that's your body's way of saying, slow down. You can't keep doing this. You need rest, right? And we've all done that to ourselves, but that can also happen with chronic conditions as well. So, is there a cure? In the end, I really believe it has to do with how the person is going to take care of themselves, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. So, homeopathy is a vehicle. This is sort of going off topic, but homeopathy is one way to level up your health. There are many ways. I mean, I'm personally on the ketogenic diet, and I find that my mental clarity is so much better. My memory is amazing. Like, I can remember a phone number for a few minutes and then have to produce it again. I couldn't do that when I'm not on the ketogenic diet. I can't do that. My energy is great. And what else? I don't really have any chronic health conditions. I have noticed myself wheezing a little bit less. So possibly I was having a little bit of asthma flares before I restarted the ketogenic diet. So, that's one vehicle that can up level your health. Homeopathy is just another vehicle. It's one of the most powerful vehicles I've ever come across, and I have done all of it. I've done the mainstream medicine, or, allopathic medicine. I've done chiropractic. I've done, oh my gosh, you just name it. I've done it. Supplements, B12 shots, blah, blah, blah. I've done it all. Homeopathy is one of the most powerful vehicles that I have been involved in. And that's why I studied homeopathy. So this is what it boils down to. Okay. Because people want to know, can homeopathy cure my condition? Nothing can cure your condition if you're not going to live right. Okay, so I'm just going to read this part. Homeopathic remedies will always be there to pull you out of the ditch of regression you may find yourself or your child in, and rather fast, minutes, hours, or within days. But whether or not you cease to have these regressions into PANDAS exacerbations or other chronic condition exacerbations will depend upon your answer to the following questions. What are you going to make of your life with this new level of energy and vitality and perspective? Because homeopathy will change your perspective. It will give you vitality and energy. What are you going to do about the aspects of your life which have been weighing you down? Will you have the courage to make difficult choices required of you to maintain a high level of health and live above your own susceptibilities? What type of people will you choose to associate with? Will they drain you or energize you? Will you pursue your passions in life, aka have the courage to take risks? Or will you chase security and the almighty dollar at the expense of your health? These do not have to be mutually exclusive, but that is another topic entirely. What food will you choose to eat? Salads over pizza, juice bar over tiki bar. What time will you go to bed? Will you choose yoga over drugs, meditation over medication? Will you choose gratitude over dissatisfaction, love over hate? Will you forgive? Will you spend time in the sun, at the beach, in the forest, away from Wi-Fi, away from it all? Will your packed schedule dominate your life? Will you be more worried about making everyone around you happy, or will you put yourself first within reason? I mean, there are times, like when you have a newborn baby, when you cannot put yourself first, and that is just that. We all know that. Will you be so busy trying to impress everyone around you that you forget to care for yourself and live, eat, breathe, and experience life for yourself? So the answer to those questions is really the answer. If you're living your life and putting your own health first in many aspects of your life, you're more likely to just stay above your susceptibilities. For somebody who has a chronic condition, that's their susceptibility. Homeopathy is known to change the level of susceptibility. So, for example, instead of having an anxiety flare when life is stressing you out, you may have some sort of like a skin rash, and that's just your expression of stress. And that doesn't necessarily mean run to the doctor and get a steroid. Like, sometimes it just means, okay, your body is telling you, slow down. So slow down. It's hard to do in American society or any society at this point, but the end result of a lifetime of never slowing down is hospitalization and early death. It just is in most cases. So, you have to keep that in mind. So I hope that helps to explain if homeopathy can cure anything, and that goes for any modality. Again, food, chiropractic, modern medicine, anything. You're not going to find a cure of anything if you're going to live your life in a way that put you there to begin with. So hopefully that helps. And by the way, if you're interested in my free ebook on how to use homeopathy in your home, go ahead and see the link below, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.